Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Now I need to Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yes, I take up the pranati today. I wish everyone joins before 7, or don't take up chanting, and that will be like a warm-up. You'll be totally in that mood. Okay, I'll take up today. Om Namo Bhagavate okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupah Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya cha Jagat Hitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Goratvishe Namaha Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayati Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam Shri Gurum Dinataranam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Namah Pankajanabhaya Namah Pankajamalini Namah Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangraye Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Yes, so we'll go by sloka. Hare Krishna Hare Rama. Yes, we are in 9th chapter. Okay. And the 9th Ichya there. Okay. We were in 13th Satatam ki. We were in 4th, 5th, and 6th, I think. The big purport we were in between. Have we taken the correct one? Oh, this purple type. Okay. Please give me a moment. Purple is off. Okay, now. This is Hare Krishna. We were in, I think, this 6th, I think, yeah. Yeah, no. We were in which? I forgot. I forgot to mention yesterday. Prakriti, no, we didn't come still here. Can anyone guide me? I think Nirukti, yeah, yesterday we did Nirukti and all. I'll just try. I kept it intact, but then I searched something and it went down then. Yathak Sito Yachakshari. Yeah, this all we finished. Sarva Bhutani Kaunteya. Prakriti, I think this 13th, okay, 8 minutes. Can anybody, Shravanananda, last, I think, who was reading? Shravanananda Prabhuji was reading. I think this only, no, do they? Okay. Mama Maya Duratyaya. I think this only, yes. Anyway, I'll go through quickly. Avajananti, yes, 11th only. I forgot the number. Avajananti, yes, Hare Krishna. So, welcome to Bhakti Shastri's class. Bhakti Shastri, this batch 2 fast track course. Okay. So, in that, we are doing the 9th chapter. Almost we have come to the half of it. And in that, yesterday we completed, we didn't complete 11th. We were through that, 11th half we had completed. So we had started with 11th verse. So आगे उसका क्या था, like I'll do 2-3 shlokas. I'll go ahead and I'll just see what exactly we have covered. 8 से करेंगे. प्रकृतिं स्वामवष्टभ्य विसृजामि पुनः पुनः भूतग्राममिमं कृत्स्नम् अवशं प्रकृतेर्वशात्. What is the meaning? The whole cosmic order is under me. So we are learning about that only. The whole chapter is about that. Everything is controlled by the Lord. Everything is under His control only. That only we are seeing here. So here it is referred to as everything cosmic, all planets and everything, Milky Way, whatever you name it, everything is under. In me means what? In Lord's control. Under my will, it is automatically manifested again and again, and under my will, it is annihilated at the end. So, do we have any this like? Can we move anything? Can we? We think no. We are so smart enough and all that. Is it because of our smartness or our this? We do not have any rights. We do not have any not even rights. What do you say? Any caliber? It is only it's his will. He gives us some intelligence to use it, and then we are using it. Otherwise, we will not be able to do anything in this world. So that is, so it is automatically manifested. So the whole world is, manifested again and again, annihilated again and again. It is all as per His will. That we saw in 8th verse, and 9th we saw as Nacha mamtani karmani nibadnanti dhananjaya udasi navadasinam asaktam teshu karmasu. What does that say? Oh, Dhananjaya, all this, who is referring to Arjuna. Dhananjaya, oh Dhananjaya, all this work cannot bind me. Though he is the owner of everything. Owner means what? He is only controlling everything. See, a simple a house, just we have 2 children or 1 child or whatever. We try to, or forget getting married. Even before that, once we start earning, what do you feel? I am earning, so much of money I'm spending for this house. So I should have my say. We think like that. So we are all in what? Maya only. So we are all though hardly anything, we contribute, but then we think we are the controller. But what the Lord makes everything, He creates and He annihilates at His own will. Still what He says, nothing can bind me. I am taking care of everything, the whole universe and all, but then nothing can bind me. I am not under any he is not under any illusion and nothing, all these 3 modes of nature which we are into, he doesn't get bound by that. And I'm ever detached from all these material activities. We normally, what we do, we get attached. Whatever we do, we get attached to it because of the material modes. But Lord says very clearly, though He creates everything, He doesn't He is detached to all that, from all these material activities, seated as a neutral. He is not. He doesn't take any partial. He's not partial to anything. Yes, and then what we saw in 10th, Maya Dikshena Prakritihi Soyate Sacharacharam Hetuna Nena Kaunteya Jagat Viparivartate, that we saw yesterday. What does that say? This material nature, which is one of my energies, is working under my direction. What is this material nature? We have seen earlier also. It's been repeated every now and then. Only living entities are his superior energy, and material energy is inferior energy. But which is one of my energies, is working under my direction. Not only the material nature, even the living beings also. Everything is under his, working under his direction only. Because of his will only everything happens. O son of Kunti, producing all moving and non-moving beings. Under its rule, this manifestation is created and annihilated again and again. So he keeps all these moving, non-moving, everything comes under his bracket, and then he only takes care of the creation, maintenance, and annihilation also. And now we were in Avajanantin Ma Muda. Mudas means what? The fools do not believe that he is supreme. Hare Krishna, somebody's talking to me.
Mataji, you did 4 paragraphs. You stopped yesterday.
Yeah.
They deride him.
Yes. Yeah, this only. So I'm just going to stop here after 2-3 paragraphs. So what the verse says? Fools deride me. Avajananti. They do not know. Who do not know me? The Mudas. They think Manushim. Fools deride me when I descend in the human form. They do not know my transcendental nature as the Supreme Lord of all that be. So when he comes in the human form, they think, now he's taken a form. Earlier he was formless. Now he has come in a form. That's all. They do not know his supreme nature. And we were reading all this. We had come till, nor do they. From here we need to read. Okay, so I think, or kya tha? Despite the translation, I think. Yeah, here we'll just read a few lines here. The scholar may be born an extraordinary man due to his previous good work. See, in the material world, you may find all that engineers and doctors, they're not very great and all. But then what, NASA specialist and what this and all, they have no big degrees and all. So we think they're all super this. The scholars may be the scholar for us. But if they do not have the this knowledge about spiritual knowledge, they're all called Mudas only. But for us, they may be a scholar. The scholar may be born an extraordinary man due to his previous good karma. But this conception of Sri Krishna is due to a poor fund of knowledge. What conception? That he is a ordinary human form with 2 hands, 2 legs. So it's because of their no knowledge about the Lord. Therefore, he is called Muda. For only foolish person consider Krishna to be an ordinary human being. The foolish consider Krishna an ordinary human being because they do not know the confidential activities of the Supreme Lord and his different energies. So only with studying good marks and all that material things on his head, and he may be scoring good marks and getting a lot of degrees and all, but it is of no use as per the spiritual. From the spiritual angle, when you see this, they are all called Mudas, because they do not know the confidential activities of the Supreme Lord and his different energies. They do not know that Krishna's body is a symbol of complete knowledge and bliss, that he is the proprietor of everything, that be and can heal, and that he can award liberation to anyone. So that also we have been seeing in many of the stories. We can see even the Ajamila got he also gets liberation, so being in bad, but at the end of his life, at the end of last breath, if we think of the Lord, then he takes the liberty of whom to give liberation and all that. Even the thought of taking his name also is being given by him only. So because they do not know that Krishna has so many transcendental qualifications, they deride him. They think he's just an ordinary person. So they don't give any importance. Yeah, from here we need to read. Prasanna Chitta Prabhuji, you have raised hand, you can read.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Translation purpose to Prabhupada ki jai. Nor do they know that the appearance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in this material world is a manifestation of his internal energy. He is the master of the material energy, as as been explained in several places, Mama Maya Duratyaya, he claims that the material energy, although very powerful, is under his control, and whoever surrenders unto him can get out of the control of this material energy. If a soul surrendered to Krishna can get out of the influence of material energy, then how can the Supreme Lord, who conducts the creation, maintenance, and annihilation of the whole cosmic nature have a material body like us? So, this conception of Krishna is complete foolishness. Foolish people, however, cannot conceive that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, appearing just like an ordinary man, can be the controller of all the atoms and of the gigantic manifestations of the universal form. The biggest and the minutest are beyond their conception. They cannot imagine that a form like that of a human being can simultaneously control the infinite and the minute. Actually, although he is controlling the infinite and the finite, he is apart from all the manifestation. It is clearly stated concerning his yogam Aishwaryam, is inconceivable transcendental energy.
Ishwaram, not Aishwaryam.
Sorry,
Aishwaram.
Aishwaram. Yogam Aishwaram is inconceivable transcendental energy that he can control the infinite and the finite simultaneously, and that he can remain aloof from them. Although the foolish cannot imagine how Krishna, who appears just like a human being, can control the infinite and the finite, those who are pure devotees accept this. For they know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, they completely surrender unto Him and engage in Krishna consciousness, devotional service of the Lord.
Yeah. What do you understand, Prabhuji? Simple, no? Like we have been
Yes,
repeatedly
Mataji.
saying. So the food may basically what you need to have little bhakti. You need to do some spiritual service to the Lord. Then only you will start slowly understanding who is Krishna. Otherwise, it will be like, he's also in two-handed form. I'm also two-handed form. What is the difference between him and me? He's also like, when you look at him, when he speaks to Arjuna during that, this Kurukshetra war and all, he looks like the same age. But is he of the same age like what we call ourselves age, He doesn't have that. His soul and body is all same. But he also, Arjuna asks him, but how can I understand? You say ki in fourth chapter it comes now. You say you have taught Bhagavad Gita to this sun god, but now you're just like me only. You look like me only. How come? You should be very old, no? So that old and young and jara, vyadi, there's dukkha doshanu darshanam. We say we have that that verse in 10th chapter, I think. So all the jara, mrityu, this dukkha doshanu darshanam, it comes like that. So it is all applicable only to a material body, not for Krishna. Krishna, though he comes in the human form, he is transcendental for what form is different. So he can, what is given, then how can a supreme, if we consider Krishna as a normal human material, human form with a material energy, then how can he conduct creation, maintenance, annihilation? Are we doing that? We are not capable of doing. Then how can he does? Because he is supreme. Though he comes in a human form, he is not. We should not consider him as a normal person. But as foolish people think him as. That's why many people are not into Krishna conscious, just because they don't want to accept Krishna as the supreme. So this conception of Krishna is completely foolishness. Foolish people, foolish persons, however, cannot conceive the personality of Godhead. So to understand why they are foolish, because they don't have any bhakti in them. So first, what we need to have bhakti, and then along with bhakti, you need to have some knowledge about Krishna also. That is what is given. So the biggest and mainest beyond this conception. Okay. And then finite and infinite, everything he only controls. Okay, this is what is given. And now there are many controversies. So Arunaksha Prabhuji. Yeah, whoever is reading, Arunaksha Prabhuji, you just read, kya? Nahi, Prasanna Chitta Prabhuji read. Arunaksha Prabhuji, you read. Whoever is free,
Hare
I
Krishna,
can raise
Mataji.
hand and then you can take up. Yeah, Prabhuji, take.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Okay.
There are many controversies between the impersonalists and the personalists about the Lord's appearance as the human being. But if we consult Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, the authoritative texts for understanding the science of Krishna, then we can understand that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Oh, you're on mute, Prabhuji.
Sorry, Mataji. Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is not an ordinary man, although he appeared on this earth as an ordinary human. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, first chapter, when the sages headed by Shaunaka inquired about the activities of Krishna, they said, Kritavan kila karmani saharamena keshava atimartyani bhagavan ghuda kapata manusha.
Oh,
Lord
oh,
Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, along with Balarama, played like a human being, and so must he performed many superhuman activities. Bhagavatam 1.1.20. The Lord's appearance as a man bewilders the foolish. No human being could perform the wonderful acts that Krishna performed. While he was present on this earth, when when Krishna appeared before his father and mother, Vasudeva and Devaki, he appeared with four hands, but after the prayers of the parents, he transformed himself into an ordinary child. As stated in Bhagavatam 10.3.46, Bhabhuva Prakrita Shishuhu. He became just like an ordinary child, an ordinary human being. Now, there again, now here again it is indicated that the Lord's appearances as an ordinary human being is one of the features of his transcendental body. In the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, also it is stated that Arjuna prayed to see Krishna's form of four hands. Tenaiva Rupena Chaturbhujena. After revealing this form, Krishna, when petitioned by Arjuna, again assumed his original human like form, Manusham Rupam. These different features of Supreme Lord are certainly not those of an ordinary human being.
very nice. So what he says about the form, here they are mentioning about the form. Yeah, you just given 2-3 lines, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji. Here, Prabhupada is explaining that Krishna is not an ordinary human being. So, Krishna is the Supreme Personality. By giving example of Krishna's birth, when he took birth, he was in 400 forms in front of his mother and father. And as soon as they prayed, and he came to his as a normal human being form. Yes, Mataji. And again, one more example, Arjuna was asking in the Yuddha Bhumi that can you please show me your 400 form? Then Krishna also gives, first he gives his Divya Chakshu, and later he shows
He
his
could see
form.
for the
Yes, Mataji.
400, and then again he was bewildered, so he came back to the normal. Yes, then
yes,
his original human like form, he got it. Manusham, Rupam, all these words, you should understand. Manusham is Manusha.
Yes,
We normally use those words, Rupam. So he came. So can all this can a normal human being can do? No, that's why he's so different. That's why he is Bhagwan. These different features of the Supreme Lord are certainly not those of any ordinary human being. Any ordinary human being cannot do all this. Only a Supreme Personality can do. Okay, next, I think Navya Mataji.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Om Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Prabhupada by Srila Prabhupada. Some of those who are direct Krishna and who are infected with the Maya Devi philosophical code, the following verse.
Not Maya Devi, it is Mayavadi.
Mayavadi philosophical code. The following verse from the Srimad Bhagavatam 3.29.21 to prove that Krishna is just an ordinary man. Aham sarveshu bhuteshu bhutatma vasistaha sada. The Supreme is present in every living entity. We should better take a note of the particular verse from the Vaishnava Acharya like Jiva Goswami and Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur, instead of following the interpretations of unauthorized persons who are direct Krishna. Jiva Goswami, commenting on this verse, says that Krishna in his plenary expansion as Paramatma is situated in the in the moving and the non-moving entities as a super soul. So anyone nephoti devotee,
Neophyte.
neophyte devotee
Neophyte.
who simply
That's very normal. Like, we are just trying to enter into this bhakti. We are there's no caliber, nothing. Somebody is asking us to do japa, we are doing, that's all. So we are all called, we all come under neophyte devotee. We are trying
neophyte.
to become
Okay.
acharya.
Neophyte devotee who simply gives his attention to the
Archamurti.
Archamurti, the form of the Supreme Lord in the temple, and does not respect other living entities in uselessly worshipping the form of the Lord in the temple. There are three kinds of devotees of the Lord. Are nephoti is the lowest stage.
Neophyte. Just correct your
Sorry,
neophyte.
neophyte.
Speak slowly. Yeah, neophyte.
Neophyte is the
in
lowest
the
stage.
lowest.
The neophyte devotee gives more attention to the deity in the temple than to the other devotees. So, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur wants that this sort of mentality should be corrected. A devotee should see that because Krishna is present in everyone's heart as Paramatma, every body is an embodiment or the temple of the Supreme Lord. So, as one offers respect to the temple of the Lord, he should similarly properly respect each and every body in which the Paramatma dwells. Everyone should therefore be given proper respect and should not be neglected.
Right. So what we understand in this? What Vishwanath Chakravarti and Jiva Goswami says what?
We have to take we are
God
the
is present, God
neophyte
is present
devotees.
in every human being. He's there in every this living being. Achara and Chara also. Moving, non-moving, in everything he's there. And what he says, that instead of following the interpretation of unauthorized persons who deride Krishna, who thinks Krishna is just an ordinary person, there is some other supreme who has given birth to Krishna. Krishna is just another form. When people talk about that, you should be very careful. They're all unauthorized. You should not be following them. So these people are warning us. All acharyas are warning us, because there are plenty of other, writers are there for Bhagavad Gita and all. You should not just go and read any book. Just Bhagavad Gita is available. Somebody gave me, or maybe free, or the glossy pictures and all that can be attractive. But then the content has to be proper. It should be coming through a proper authorized, that what you call parampara system. We learned already in that fourth chapter. So the parampara system, we should, any book you purchase also, especially this spiritual books, you should actually see who is the writer. Is he from any parampara? What parampara? Then we should go back and see, oh, then he is authentic. Just because of the glossy picture and somebody gave me the book, so I'm following that, then we are not in the proper. So Jiva Goswami and Vishwanath Chakravarti, they say, you should know about they, instead of following the interpretation of unauthorized person who deride Krishna, is like an ordinary person. When they say like that, we should be very careful. Jiva Goswami commenting on this verse say that Krishna has in his plenary expansion as Paramatma is situated in every heart, every moving and non-moving items and all. And what else he says? Every living entity has to respect others. That is also given here. But neophyte devotee, a person who is just coming into bhakti, what they think, I have to pray God, so I'll go to temple and pray God, and by the time he's out of it, just he will not bother about any other human being. He will just insult everybody. He will get angry on other human being or other living thing. All that. So that is not right path. So only a neophyte does that, but then he should be improving himself. He is in the lowest stage. So are we in that? No. So we have to improve that also. We can find God not only in the temple, but also in everyone's heart. That's why Vaishnava Aparad we are not supposed to do. We always say, that we should not do any aparad means what? We should not insult, or you should not get angry, or you should not just demean somebody who is a Vaishnava, because this Bhagavan resides in his heart also as Paramatma. And as well as like we put tilak and all. Why are we putting tilak? Not to decorate our body. Our body is of no use. It will just go one day. But then we are decorating because we know it's like a temple. Our body is also like a temple, and God resides in that, our heart. So we should decorate, means not lipstick and nail polish and all. It is only putting tilak, all that, Vaishnava, whatever is there, we need to dress up that way. So what that is not given, I'm just adding all those. So Vishnu Chakravarti, he wants that this sort of mentality that, God is there only in temple. Every morning I'll go to temple, I'll do worship and come. So God is there. That should be corrected. He says that Krishna is present in everyone's heart as Paramatma. So what are we supposed to do? Not fight with anyone. So when others also don't fight with us, we also won't fight with anybody. So there won't be any enemies at all. We cannot find any enmity. Everybody will be like friends, and understanding and adjustment will take place. But in Kali Yuga, it is all false, and it is there in Bhagavatam, it comes. It is, Alpayusha and what, I forgot those lines and all. So in Kali Yuga, but at least people who are in Krishna consciousness, we can at least, because we understand what is given in this, we believe in what we read, and we should start respecting others, whoever they may be. So one has to offer respect to the temple. Okay, you should similarly properly respect each and everybody. Everybody means what? No, even an ant also you should respect. You should not kill any animal. That's why we are against meat eating and all. Why? Because we have to respect this, every living things. Then everyone should therefore be given proper respect and should not be neglected here. Yeah, Manjala Mataji, please read. Unmute. Haribol. Thank you, Manjala Mataji. You opened the form. I was waiting, every day I used to wait. Who is giving the answer sheet first? Very good, very good. So others will follow. Thanks to you. Yeah. Read, Mataji.
Okay, I start from there are also many.
Yeah.
There are also many impersonalists who deride temple worship. They say that since God is everywhere, why should one restrict himself to temple worship? But if God is everywhere, is he not in the temple or in the deity? Although the personalist and the impersonalist will fight with one another perpetually, a perfect devotee in Krishna consciousness knows that although Krishna is the supreme personality, he is all pervading, as confirmed in the Brahma Samhita. Although his personal abode is Goloka, Vrindavana, and is always staying there by his different manifestations of energy and by his plenary expansion, is present everywhere in all parts of the material and spiritual creation.
What is that? Again, yeah, what he said? There are other people, again deride. Why only God is there in temple? When people are attend, temple and all, still they say when God is everywhere, why should we go to temple also? It's becoming more lazy. So what is written here? Although the personalists and impersonalists will fight, either some topic or the other, they'll keep fighting. They say everywhere God is there, so why should we go? We know everywhere that this what you call internet, that vibration, everything is there. Still, you need a wire and all these things to connect your router, and then your whatever that instruments you have, then only you get internet connection. Just because it is there everywhere, you don't get. So everything, you can just practically you can find all that. So we need some source. So we need to go to temple. We need to do some prayers. We need to have an altar at home and pray. That way, though God is everywhere, we need to do all that. You can take up 12th, Mataji, very short purport.
Text 12. Moga shamoga karmano moga jnana vichetasaha rakshasim asurim chaiva prakritim mohinim shritaha. Moga asha, baffled in their hopes. Moga karmanaha, baffled in fruitive activities. Moga jnanaha, baffled in knowledge. Vichetasaha, bewildered. Rakshasim, demonic. Asurim, atheistic. Cha, and eva, certainly. Prakritim, nature. Mohini, bewildering. Shritaha, taking shelter of. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada ki jai. Translation: those who are thus bewildered are attracted by demonic and atheistic views. In that deluded condition, their hopes for liberation, their fruitive activities, and their culture of knowledge are all defeated. Purport: there are many devotees who assume themselves to be in Krishna consciousness and devotional service, but at heart do not accept the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, as the absolute truth. For them, the fruit of devotional service going back to Godhead will never be tasted. Similarly, those who are engaged in fruitive pious activities and who are ultimately hoping to be liberated from this material entanglement will never be successful either, because they deride the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. In other words, person who mocks Krishna are to be understood to be demonic or atheistic. As described in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, such demonic miscreants never surrender to Krishna. Therefore, their mental speculations to arrive at the absolute truth bring them to the false conclusion that the ordinary living entity and Krishna are one.
Your voice is gone down, Mataji. Volume
Is
is
it-
gone down.
1 second, Mataji. With such false, with such a false conviction, they think that the body of any human being is now simply covered by material nature, and that as soon as one is liberated from this material body, there is no difference between God and himself. This attempt to become one with Krishna will be baffled because of delusion. Such atheistic and demonic cultivation of spiritual knowledge is always futile. That is the indication of this verse. For such persons, cultivation of the knowledge in the Vedic literature like the Vedanta Sutra and the Upanishad is always baffled.
What
There
is it?
there are people who think that Krishna is an ordinary man. Right, Mataji? They'll never, they will not surrender. They'll just think he's just an ordinary man. So uh, with that mentality, they'll not surrender themselves to Krishna. So which is very difficult for them to what do you
Accept
say?
Krishna as the supreme. So they are all called demonic people. Such demonic miscreants never surrender to Krishna. Therefore, and what? Arriving at, reaching the Dham, reaching the supreme personality of Godhead, it never happened to them, because first of all, they do not believe totally. They do not surrender to Krishna. So their going back to Godhead also will not happen. Only a person who has complete faith, only such people will do also with full devotion. They will do all the services to Krishna. They will do their, japa, everything, whatever they do, their, offering to the Lord, everything will be truthful. And such people only those people can go to, they can reach this back home, back to Godhead. Then with false conviction, they think that body of any human being is now simply covered by material nature. And as soon as when the body is liberated, and as soon as he's liberated from this material body, there's no difference between God and himself. That means these all Mayavadi philosophy. They become merged with the Lord. And their Lord means what? They say Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi. That is quote they say. Aham Brahmasmi. I am also Brahman like him. I've just got a form. Once this body goes, I will die one day. Means the body will it will, that soul will come out of this body. And then what? Then I will be merging with the Lord. I will get liberated. But that is wrong. This attempt to become one with Krishna will be baffled. That's why they are baffled with what? Even the cultivation of knowledge. For such person, the cultivation of knowledge in Vedic literature, like Vedanta Sutra, Upanishad, everything is all baffled for them. They won't understand that intrinsic what is said in that. They will just superficially understand, and they will remain that way. So everything, they will be under delusion. Yeah. One more sloka who can take. Anybody else who wants to read? Otherwise, Mataji will continue to read. Anybody wants to read? Raise hand. I hope you're all there in the class and not. Anybody? Hare Krishna? Yes. Arunaksha Prabhuji already read. No, why? Wait. I want to say others who are there in the class or no. Only if you read, I will come to know that you're there, and keep your video also on. Yes, Mataji, Rohini Mataji, you want to read? You have kept your video on.
Mataji, can I read 13?
ठीक है, हाँ, Prasanna Chitta Prabhuji, yeah, let him take that.
Yes, Mataji. Yeah, from it is a great offense, Mataji.
You
Yes.
already read, no? Prasanna Chitta Prabhuji is already read. Who has still not read? I want to catch hold of them. Hare
Prasanna
Krishna,
Chitta didn't read.
Sanju Mataji, Sneha Shruti Mataji,
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Vamshidhar Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji Dandavat.
Who's saying? Shravanananda, Shravanananda, yes. You don't raise hand, Prabhuji, so will I know?
Sorry.
No, don't feel sorry. I'm just saying, if you are interested in reading, if you're free, then raise hand. So I will know you have come.
Actually, network.
Yeah, please read from here. It is a great offense. Where are you? Can't see. Shravanananda, where are you? Where are you, Prabhuji? Hare Krishna. He is down. But why? His network is weak, I think. Yeah, anybody else? Kirtana Mataji, Vamshidhar Prabhuji, Manjula Mataji just read.
Hare Krishna.
Vamshidhar Prabhuji, yeah, take.
Shravanananda Prabhu, are you?
I think he has a problem with network, Prabhuji. Oh, he's speaking, but we are unable to hear him. See, that thing is going up and down. Volume is going. Can't hear you, Shravanananda Prabhuji. You need to log out and log in. Try that way. Vamshidhar Prabhuji, you take. Next paragraph.
Verse number.
I'm unable to mute him also, Shravanananda Prabhuji.
Hare
Yeah.
Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji, take.
From where, Mataji?
It is a great offense.
Okay. It is a great purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. It is a great offense, therefore, consider Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, to be ordinary man. Those who don't do so are certainly deluded because they cannot understand the eternal form of Krishna. The Brihat Vishnu Smriti clearly state, Yo Veti Bhautikam. Mataji, can you read it?
Yeah. Yo veti bhautikam deham Krishnasya paramatmanah sasarvasmat bahishkarya shrautasmarta vidanatah mukham tasyavalokyaapi sachalam snanam acharet.
Hare Krishna. One who considers the body of Krishna to be material should be driven out of the all ritual and activities of the Shruti and the Smriti, and if one by chance see his face, one should at once take bath in the Ganges to rid himself to be infection. People jeer at Krishna because they are envious of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Their destiny is certainly to take birth after birth in the species of atheistic and demonic life. Perpetually, their real knowledge will remain under delusion, and gradually they will regress to the darkest region of creation. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, so what he said, be away from such people. That is what they will pollute your mind also.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, tell.
Those people are those speculators and the mental conclusion. They think Krishna as the ordinary man and just he is some magician or maybe he was educated or she has some siddhis but people those who are only Krishna can be understood by only his devotees only, and those who are envious they could not understand and they put into delusion and they take again birth after birth and different species, and they're becoming like a big they maybe next life also, this life also atheistic demonic people, nastika, and they continue like that way, Mataji.
And where they will go, and the darkest region means what? Atala, Patala, Vatala, all those regions, no?
84 lakhs of yonis are mentioned.
Yes.
There are roaming in this clutches under the Maya.
So, even if we come, see what is given here, and if one by chance you see his face also, one should at once take bath in the Ganges to rid himself of infection. It's like a very bad virus. It's like that. Because
if we follow this in Kali Yuga, we'll be in the bathroom only.
Yeah. No. What is, I mean, yeah, that's what. But what we have to see it, like, you should never be in that company. Once you're there, so you cannot correct them. So let them do whatever they want. We can only try to bring them to Krishna consciousness. Agar nahi hua, just leave the place and come out of it. And somewhere I read that you have to, if anybody is ridiculing an acharya and all, then acharya or all the scriptures and all, you need to self-immolate and you just kill yourself. That is also given. You can kill yourself. You cannot just tolerate. So what do you have to do? You heard such a bad thing. So you have to either commit suicide or walk away from there and never look at their face. So better to, we cannot just kill ourselves. We can at least walk. We can try to bring them to Krishna consciousness, make them understand, but they don't understand and very adamant in following their own way, path and all. There are many people I have also encountered, 18 days course and they came to level 2 also. Yeah, level 2 they finished. But then every time when I ask them about Japan, they will say, oh, so much time I spent in puja. 2 hours, 2.5 hours goes in puja. Uske baad when I keep the mala and do, who will do the garka kam? I said, that 2.5 hours, what puja you're doing, keep aside and do mala first and then do that. But they have been so used to doing that puja, whatever they have been doing for ages, and their parents and their elders were doing. So they want to do that. Okay, if you want to do it. But then what about taking Lord's name? Japa is very very important. She came till level 2, but then she could not continue. So what is some great fallback. But they are very happy. For them, if you ask them from their perspective, they say, I'm not deviated. I'm still doing the same puja part what my elders, my people have been doing. But God says, I am there, the root. I am the root, I'm the cause of all causes. I am the root. When you pray me, I'll give you knowledge, I'll give you education. I mean, what? Money, Lakshmi, whatever Lakshmi is able to give, she's only a department whom I've made her in charge of giving you money and prosperity and all. I'm only going to give. Even where she stays, she resides in God's heart. So even if you call Lakshmi Alag say, she will say, oh, how can I leave my husband and come? She's been serving the Lord throughout. So she will not come alone. She'll have to come along with her husband. So better to call a husband only. When you call husband, the wife will also come along with him. Lakshmi will have to follow along with Krishna, right? So there are people, so you cannot make them understand. We can only try our best to bring them to Krishna consciousness. But agar nahi sunta ho, then just leave it. It is their bad luck. We should think like that. Yes, yeah. Who wants to read? Rohini Mataji wants to read. You want to read? You all can take turns again and again, huh? Just to small, you can read, yeah.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, text 13. Mahatmanastu mam partha daivim prakritimasritaha bhajantya ananya manaso nyatva bhutadim avyayam. Word to word. Mahatmanah, the great souls. Tu, but, mam, unto me. Partha, O son of Pritha. Daivim, divine. Prakritim, nature. Ashrita, having taken shelter of. Bhajanti, render service. Ananya manasa, without deviation of the mind. Nyatva, knowing. Bhuta, of creators. Adim, of creation. Adim, the origin. Avyayam, inexhaustible. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O son of Pritha, those who are not deluded, the great souls, are under the protection of the divine nature. They are fully engaged in devotional service because they know me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, original and inexhaustible. Purport. In this verse, the description of the Mahatma is clearly given. The first sign of the Mahatma is that he is already situated in the divine nature. He is not under the control of material nature. And how is this effected? That is explained in the 7th chapter. One who surrenders unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, at once becomes freed from the control of material nature. That is the qualification. One can become free from the control of material nature as soon as he surrenders his soul to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is the preliminary formula. Being marginal potency, as soon as the living entity is freed from the control of material nature, he is put under the guidance of the spiritual nature. The guidance of the spiritual nature is called Daivi Prakriti, that is divine nature. So when one is promoted in that way by surrendering to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one attains to the stage of great soul, Mahatma. The Mahatma does not...
Can you just give a little explanation on this and we'll go further, Mataji.
So Prabhupada is here explaining in detail what is the nature, the internal nature of a devotee, a Mahatma. So in the 7th chapter, Krishna is saying, Devi Hesha Gunamai Mama Maya Duratyaya. So this material energy is Krishna's energy. And we cannot get over it. The only way to get over it is by surrendering to Krishna. And that person who has realized this and the one who surrenders that way is called a Mahatma. This is what I understood, Mataji.
Yes, perfectly understood that. Yeah, now you take this verse.
The Mahatma does not divert his attention to anything outside Krishna because he knows perfectly well that Krishna is the original Supreme Person, the cause of all causes. There is no doubt about it. Such a Mahatma or great soul develops through association with other Mahatmas, pure devotees. Pure devotees are not even attracted by Krishna's other features, such as the four-armed Mahavishnu. They are simply attracted by the two-armed form of Krishna. They are not attracted to other features of Krishna, nor are they concerned with any form of demigod or of human being. They meditate only upon Krishna in Krishna consciousness. They are always engaged in the unswerving service of the Lord in Krishna consciousness. So, Prabhupada has explained another feature of Mahatma, who is they are the main no always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. What we emphasize, so they are in that mood, and they and Prabhupada is also, I think Prabhupada is focuses on Krishna, so they are more attached to the two-handed form of Krishna rather than the four-handed form of Mahavishnu. So
That Rupa and all, they don't consider that as, okay, that's for totally neophyte people. But after once you reach a stage, that's okay, he's there everywhere. So understood why sun, God, two eyes and all that. Okay, understood. Everything is understood. But they'll need to serve Krishna in two-handed form. Their total devotion is that way. So we need to upgrade ourselves to that stage. Yeah. So, I mean, we have still not reached the Mahatma stage. Mahatma stage is very far, far, far away from us. So I'm just saying we're all trying to become a pure devotee. Yes. Who have still not read. Of course, others also will get chance. Prasanna Chitta, yes. Shravananganda. Kirtana Mataji has not read. Sanju Mataji has not read today. Sneha Shruti Mataji. And others have read. Okay. If nobody is taking up, I think who is unmuted? Prasanna Chitta Prabhuji has unmuted. Read Prabhuji.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Satatam kirtayanto mam
Yatantascha Dridhavrataha.
yatantascha dridhavrita mamasyantascha
Namasyan.
sorry.
Namasyantascha.
Namasyantascha mam bhaktya nityayuktya upasate. Synonyms: Satatam, always. Kirtayanta, chanting. Mam, about me. Yatanta, fully endeavoring. Cha, also. Dridhavrita, with determination. Namasyanta, offering obeisances. Cha, and Mam, me. Bhaktya, in devotion. Nityayukta, perpetually engaged. Upasate, worship. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me. These great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. Purport: the Mahatma cannot be manufactured by rubber stamping on ordinary man. His symptoms are described here. A Mahatma is always engaged in chanting the glories of the Supreme Lord Krishna, the personality of Godhead. He has no other business. He is always engaged in the glorification of the Lord. In other words, he is not an impersonalist. When the question of glorification is there, one has to glorify the Supreme Lord, praising His holy name, His eternal form, His transcendental qualities, and His uncommon pastimes. One has to glorify all these things. Therefore, a Mahatma is attached to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One who is attached to the
You want to explain or you after it's big purport, no, Prabhuji? Ek
Yes,
paragraph
but-
karke like, whatever you understood in this, but just
in
one
this,
or
like
two.
a particular, like Mahatma cannot be seen like he's Mahatma, he's not Mahatma. It is always like who's Krishna conscious throughout. They are thinking of Krishna is 200 from now, the impersonalist. Like the personal form of Krishna with flute and with the descriptions mentioned in Shastras, he is like Mahatma. We cannot describe anyone like he is a pure devotee, he is not a pure devotee. So the description is given in by Prabhupada here, like the above statement also states like always thinking of Krishna, then surrendering to him, bowing down.
All the 24 hours he is in the thought of Krishna only. That's why
Conscious.
in ISKCON also, what are we doing? At 4:30 when you get up, what do you do? Look at Krishna.
Mangaluru.
After that, what? Do japa. Okay, thoda bahut, uske baad thoda like look here and there, 8 o'clock it becomes. Then you have to sit for Bhagavatam. Then what? People in the temple, they go for selling books. The whole day goes in the thought of Krishna only. So they are training everyone to become Mahatma. Even online, we are all online students, no? Even we are also trying, they are molding us to become a Mahatma. So how far we have reached Mahatma level, we and our consciousness. At least we have come to the level of attending the class. But in the class also, after coming to the class, you should be proactively start, raise hand and start reading. I mean, we show that, you're a part of this group and you should interact, not that come for attendance sake and just be there till 8 o'clock and then run away. The class is only till 8 o'clock. If it extend, it is my problem. It is my mistake, I should say. I should not extend it beyond 8. But then if you're there in the class, see that you're there in the class throughout. Like, you're there 24, full with conscience, you should be there. So when ISKCON is, our ISKCON Mangaluru especially is trying to help us in becoming Mahatma, we should also put some efforts to become a Mahatma. Otherwise, only from one side, if they try to make us Mahatma and we do not take interest, then certificate we will all get. Absolutely no problem. Write exam, you'll all get certificate. But will that make us Mahatma? No. Mahatma has to be, should feel that thing, from within. Yes. Yes,
One who
Prabhuji.
is attached to the impersonal feature of the Supreme Lord, the Brahma Jyotir, is not described as Mahatma in the Bhagavad Gita. He is described in a different way in the next verse. The Mahatma is always engaged in different activities of devotional service as described in the Srimad Bhagavatam, hearing and chanting about Vishnu, not a demigod or human being. That is devotion. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu's and Smaranam, remembering him. Such a Mahatma has firm determination to achieve at the ultimate end of the association of the Supreme Lord in any one of the five transcendental rasas. To achieve that success, he engages all activities, mental, bodily, and vocal, everything in the service of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. That is called full Krishna consciousness.
Oh,
In this,
what to do?
in this,
Shravanam.
like the sorry,
Hmm.
Mataji.
Tell Prabhuji.
Like Mahatmas, like no, Prabhupada is saying what are the qualities of a Mahatma? Like is Karmana, Manasa, Vacha, that mental, bodily, and vocal. You should have that concept like hearing of the God, singing of the
Oh,
Lord, and thinking of the Lord. That is always so. Impersonal is not considered, and even who's thinking of a demigod or a human being is not considered as a Mahatma. So always Karmana, Manasa, Vacha, always 24 hours Krishna.
And when you do chanting, you complete at least the first 3 parts. What is that? Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishwasmaranam. Then Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Dasyam, all that follows. Once you're perfect with this, the other things automatically will follow. Yes. Now,
Devotional service. Okay.
there's no other hand raised. That's why I'm asking you to read. If anybody else wants to read, everybody can participate.
Can I go ahead, Mataji?
Then you raise hand, Prabhuji. Otherwise, I won't know whether you're.
No, okay. Shravanananda Prabhu Charu. Chalvan Prabhu.
Shravanananda Prabhuji has come. Chalega, आप भी ले सकते हो, but his network is weak. Shravanananda Prabhuji, take quick. He's not unable to hear us. Vamshidhar Prabhuji, आप ले लो. Then next, he's there.
Hare Krishna Mataji Dandapranam.
Yes.
In devotional service, there are certain activities which are called determined.
Such
As fasting on certain days, like 11th day of the moon, Ekadashi, and on the appearance day of the Lord. All these rules and regulations are offered by the great acharyas for those who are actually interested in getting admission into the association of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the transcendental world. The Mahatmas, great souls, strictly observe all these rules and regulations. Therefore, they are sure to achieve the desired result.
So Mahatma ka kya, what are the things they do? They do fasting also. Not again, not mentioned as Nirjal, okay? Nirjal, yes, very good. Only if you can. After doing Nirjal, next day you go to hospital for putting what saline and all, then it's of no use. God is not asking us to, trouble our body, trouble our mind and everything and do, puja, bhajan and all that. He says, be comfortable and take my name. So whatever we are able to do, only that much we do. And Mahatmas, what they do, they fast on certain days. So we should actually compare ourselves with Mahatma. Have we reached that level? Yes, we are also doing fasting. Okay. On the 11th day, the Ekadashi, on appearance and disappearance day, whenever the temple says anything, yes, whatever instruction is given, just follow.
Vaishnava calendar.
Prabhuji? What did
No,
you say, Prabhuji? I can't hear you.
Just in the Vaishnava calendar mentions appearance day, acharyas, the
Yes,
parents' days.
Ekadashi, yeah. Take the last one also, Prabhuji, as described.
As described in the second verse of this chapter. Sorry, second verse only. Not only is this devotional service easy, but it can be performed in a happy mode. One does not need to undergo any severe penance and austerity. He can live this life in devotional service guided by an expert spiritual master and in any position, either as a householder or sannyasi or brahmachari, in any position, anywhere in the world, he can perform this devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead and thus become actually Mahatma, a great soul.
See how much he's coaxing us. You know, his
Mata,
word. I will just stop here sharing
Hare
the screen.
Krishna.
From 15 we'll take tomorrow. But
Hare
what I'm
Krishna.
saying, Prabhupada's writing is so very nice. Not nice in what sense? It's so lucid language, so very nice that he just keeps, telling in such a way that you really want to become a Mahatma. That sort of feeling you will also get. But have we reached that level? No. Till now, just getting a certificate. I got Bhakti Shastri certificate. Yes, now I'm Bhakti Vaibhav. What hardly I know anything about that. So that feeling you should get. I am not still a true bhakta. We need to upgrade ourselves. How? So the path is shown by the acharyas and then we have to follow. I heard someone saying, why so many temples are built by ISKCON? Why one city mein ek temple is sufficient? No, it is sufficient, no. But one acharya was saying, how many children are there in the world? Then why you are going to have your own child? You need not have to have your own child. There are already so many children, Anad and all, so many children are there. So is it possible? No. That time you become possessive. You want to have your own child. The same way, we should have temples also so that it becomes hospitals. What is that? Hospital, yeah.
No, Mataji, they say no like that. So, there's one hospital. Is it enough for everyone? It's not, right?
Correct. Yeah. So we, there are people, talking nonsense and all. If possible, we will try to, convince them. Otherwise, be away from them. Otherwise, they will spoil our mind also. We are just becoming, proper, getting a proper shape of becoming a bhakta, becoming a normal bhakta. Okay, not even an acharya or this, what do you call Mahatma and all. Yes, Ramananda, yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
You were telling something?
We are in
Bolona.
the
You raised
stage.
hand.
Yes. We are in the starting stage. We will not able to answer like Kanistadhikari.
We will not be able to convince them. They will have all crooked questions, So we will be just speechless. We will not be able to tell them anything. So better, okay, Baba, you are right in your own way, but we are right in our own way. So let me not get polluted. Be away from such people. So what to do? Attend all these classes and take part, all the question answers and all this, whatever is given to us. So do all that. Okay, we'll end the session today. It's already 5 minutes late. Okay, Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Anantakoti Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Anantakoti Bhaktavrinda ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai.
Jai.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai.
Jai.
श्रीमद् भगवद गीता श्रीमद् भागवत ग्रंथों की जय
Jai.
श्री श्री राधा गोविंद की जय
Jai.
अयोध्या श्री राम लल्ला की जय
Jai.
और प्रेमानंदे
Hari Hari Bol.
हरि बोल और L2 there's a batch 2 भक्ति शास्त्री क्लास की बच्चों की devotees की जय Hare Krishna. Yes, we will meet tomorrow again. And about your this travel thing, you just let me know how many people are all going for that yatra. Accordingly, we will have our class because we don't want to, keep them, deprive them of the classes and all. Let them go to yatra. We can keep our classes closed for a week, and then we can continue after that. I will take Aishwarya Mataji's